And so the question is, when do we really want to start feeding the fish? Is it right away? And so the idea is have a thermometer, check the water temperature, and again, 55 to 60 degrees is kind of the magic temperature. 55 to 60 degrees, the fish metabolism is starting to come back alive. Your beneficial bacteria is starting to do its thing and that type of thing, and you can start introducing a spring or fall formula for the fish. The biggest difference between our summer high growth formula and our spring and fall formulas is the spring and fall formulas move through the fish's system pretty quickly. There's not as much protein and that type of thing, but it moves through their system pretty quickly. What we don't want is a really high protein heavy food sitting in their gut when the water temperature is 55 or 50 degrees, because they can't process it. They don't have stomachs like we do. It just kind of sits in there and it could rot and cause some problems. So we want to start off with a food that just goes super fast through their system, kind of starts to introduce food back into their systems, starts to get a little bit of nutrients back into their systems that way. Cheerios is another great food. If you've ever, if you want to try different things to feed your fish, love Cheerios. That's a great early or fall, treat, for them as well. Our koi crunchies are fantastic. They're actually pretty high in vitamin C, which is happy and healthy thing for the fish. The other thing to keep in mind about fish in the springtime and coming out of winter, remember the bacteria, kind of dies down in the winter. So the fish kind of go dormant in the winter. But there's some bacteria and all these other pathogens that could be starting to come alive this time of year. And if the fish aren't quite as active, because they haven't been eating and things like that, and then all these pathogens, and then the water temperature one day is 60 degrees and the next day it's 20. This is all stressful things, for the fish. And so a lot of people have gotten into the habit of their first round of food for the spring is a probiotic food. This is a food that's going in. The fish are slowly starting to get acclimated, but this is going to be something that helps their metabolism and helps kind of get their immune systems built back up so they can fight off some of these other things. So consider the probiotic plus food. It's what we start off our fish in the spring outside here with, and it just helps them, gives that extra little boost to help fight off all the stress of life. Yeah. Do you need to feed the fish? So believe it or not, how many people feed their fish? Yeah, so most of the room, right? So it's definitely for us, because I love feeding fish. But I do have customers that have never fed their fish, so they have a small pond with some goldfish in there, and there's enough in the nooks and crannies that they could probably survive. If you have koi, all bets are off. You need to feed the koi. There's just not enough. They just need a little bit more that way. So do you have to feed them every day? No. If you go away for a week, you don't have to worry about feeding them too much. But we have people that set up, the koi pond, sitter to come over and feed the fish every single day and things. You can do that, but it's not 100% necessary. But a koi does need some nutrients, to supplement, that way. So after we get, through the spring season, then we have our high growth and high color formulas that help pop the colors of the fish out and help them grow a little bit faster and things like that. But to start off the season, our premium cold water food or a probiotic food is an awesome way to get started that way. So makes sense.